Okay, beta, welcome back. The recording of the session is on now. So let's move on to our second topic of the day. That is blind navigation or steering safe courses using a single PL. So we will first try to understand what is the situation in which this particular question is set up. This is a little different type of question. It is set up in a scenario where the visibility is restricted. So you cannot take a position line, you cannot make an observation, and you have limited information available with you. Normally, we try to obtain position lines or position circles, at least two of them, so that wherever they intersect, that is our fix, and we plot that fix on the chart and read it out. But in this question, the visibility being restricted, getting two position lines or two position circles is not possible for us. What we have in this scenario is only one position line. And this is a case where we don't have any GPS. There is no GPS on board. One site was taken, one PL was obtained. After that, there was restricted visibility. And after that, no observation was available. So using this single PL, how can we ensure that the vessel reaches its intended destination or the vessel moves on safe track, safe courses? So that is what we are going to see. So shall we proceed with the presentation?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes. Let's move on to our next topic now. The next topic which we have is steering safe courses using a single position line. This is also known as blind navigation, and this is done in case of restricted visibility. So let's see what this question actually is and how do we go about solving it. Now, before we move into the question itself, let's first try to understand what is the scenario in which this question is based. Once you understand the scenario, it becomes very easy to solve this question. So this question is set in a restricted visibility situation where position fixing is not possible for us. We are given a single position line at a certain time. A fix is not available to us. Why the fix is not available? Because of the restricted visibility. The observer has just managed to obtain a single PL, and after that he is not able to fix the ship's position. We are now required to either reach a destination position or we are required to pass a certain object keeping a safe distance off. It could be a lighthouse or a prominent land object where we are trying to pass and we need to keep a certain safe distance. Or in the second case, they could give us a certain destination position like a pilot boarding ground where the vessel needs to reach. Now, if initial fix was available to us, it would be very easy to do this kind of question. Then it becomes exactly similar to what we do in a passage plan. So if initial fix is available, this can be easily done by laying the courses exactly as we do in a passage plan.
But the tricky part here is how to find the courses basis a position line. We are not aware of where our position is. What we know is that we are somewhere on the said or given position line. Let's open up the chart now, where we will be solving this kind of a problem. So you see a chart, you see a certain area. Let's first try to see what all data is provided to us in these questions. The question gives us one position line taken at a certain time. Along with this, the question gives us a certain safe distance which we should maintain from an object. So a safe distance to pass an object, or in some of the questions, they may give you a certain position to reach. Say, for example, a pilot boating ground, you need to reach that position. The question provides us.
Shubham, beta, can you mute your mic? Great.
The engine speed of our ship. They also provide us with the direction and rate of the current, if there is any current prevalent in that area. And in case any wind is present, then the direction of the wind as well as the leeway angle is given to us in the question. So this is all the data which is provided to us. What are we required to find out? We are required to find out what safe courses do we need to steer to pass the object at the specified safe distance or to reach our destination position. The second thing which we are required to find is, if you note carefully, the name of this method, steer safe courses using a single PL. It mentions courses. So this tells us there has to be more than one course. Now, if there are more than one courses, there has to be a course alteration. So the second thing which we are required to find out in these type of questions is, what should be the time to alteration? When you start moving on your first course, after how much time you should be altering to the next course? So these are the items which we are required to find out. What safe courses should we steer to pass at a safe distance from the given object or to reach a certain destination, and what should be the time to alteration? Let's see the method now, step by step. How do we solve this kind of a question? The first thing which we need to do is a position line which is given to us. We will first draw that position line on the chart. Now, let's assume they have given us the bearing of a certain radar conspicuous object here. You can see this diamond on the chart. So they have given us the bearing of this particular object. So let's plot the bearing which is given. So you can see the bearing line plotted here. Now, they have also given us a safe distance to be passed from a certain object. So in this case, they have given us this particular object, worm's head, and we are required to pass this worm's head at a certain safe distance, maintaining a certain safe distance. So in the second step now, we will draw the given safe distance circle around this object. So keeping our compass on this object, which is the worm's head, and opening up the compass equal to the safe distance which is given to us, the safe distance which we need to maintain from this particular object, we will be drawing a circle. So let's draw the safe distance circle now. So you can see this safe distance circle marked on the chart. We have to maintain this particular safe distance from this object, that is the worm's head point. Now you see in this scenario, if the initial position was given to us, it would be very easy for us to find the course. We can easily find what should be a safe course to steer by drawing a tangent from our given position to this safe distance circle. Let me show you how. Let's assume we are given an initial fix. You can see the position marked here on the chart. We are given an initial position. Now, if you want to pass a certain safe distance from the worm's head point, it is very easy. You have to just draw a tangent from this particular position to this safe distance circle. And you know this is the course which you need to maintain, and you will be passing with the required minimum safe distance from the worm's head point. But the challenge here is that we do not have the initial position given to us. What we have is this PL, and our position can be anywhere on this position line. Now, depending upon where our position is, the course is going to differ. If our position was somewhere here, the course would be like this. If our position was somewhere here, the course would go like this. And if our position was somewhere here, the course would be different. So let us see now, how do we obtain the safe courses when we do not have our initial position? How is it possible to find out a certain course or courses which can help us maintain the safe distance irrespective of knowing our initial position?
So beta, I hope you have understood the question which we have here. Does anybody, any solution comes to anybody's mind? How can we draw safe courses?
Sir, take any position on this PL, apply the current on that position. Is it?
Okay.
And then after that, draw your tangent.
But
I don't know,
बेटा
sir.
हमें तो पोजीशन पता नहीं है ना, that is the
नहीं सर, कोई भी assume तो करनी पड़ेगी ना सर, assume कहीं से तो चलना ही पड़ेगा ना सर PL से तो.
अगर हम ना assume करें कोई पोजीशन,
सर अगर हूँ तो लेकिन PL सर फिर इस पे 90 डिग्री मार दो सर ये PL को लेके ना लाइट हाउस पे.
very good. Who is this? चेतन?
सर चेतन सर ये मुझे थोड़ा सा याद है क्योंकि सर हमने ना ये सेकंड मिड में करवाया था एक क्वेश्चन.
Very good. So you remember second mates, huh? Good. You are on the right track.
थोड़ा एक ही क्वेश्चन करवाया था सर, याद नहीं है प्रॉपर्ली. हमें करवाया ही नहीं था.
Okay. No problem, beta. Sometime it is picked up in second mate, sometimes not. So it's perfectly all right. So Chetan is thinking on the right lines. Anyone else, beta? Anything coming to mind? How can we find safe courses? Okay, so let's see now what method can we follow so that we are on a safe track and we always maintain this required distance from the worm's head point. What we are aware of, only a position line. Our position can be anywhere on this line. So हमें एक ऐसा method ढूंढना है कि हमारी position चाहे कहीं भी हो, anywhere, on this particular line कहीं पर भी हमारी position हो, we should always be this much safe distance away from the worm's head point. ऐसा method हमें ढूंढना है. So let's see how can we do that.
Now for this, we have to take any arbitrary point on the initial position line. So on this position line, let's pick up a certain point. Any point of your liking you can pick up. Let's pick up this particular point here and we name that point as A. Now from this point A, we are going to draw our first course made good. The first course made good which we require, that we are going to plot from this point A, which we have arbitrarily picked up. This could be any point on the initial PL of your choice.
Sahil beta, just mute your mic.
Now, how do we draw our first course made good? The first course made good has to be perpendicular to the given position line. So we draw the course made good in such a way that it is perpendicular to the position line which is given to us. So let's plot it on the chart. So you can see in this green color, I have plotted the initial course made good, the first course made good, and the direction of this course made good is perpendicular to the initial position line. Why we have taken a perpendicular? As we complete the plot, you will understand the reason why a perpendicular course made good has been drawn here. The course made good is represented by double arrows. So let's mark it with double arrows here. Now, in some questions, it is possible that they may give you the first course made good in the question itself. In some of the questions, the course made good, first course made good, may be given to you. Now, if that is the case, the question becomes simpler. Whatever course made good is given to you in the question, you have to mark that same course made good from this arbitrary point A. We have the initial course made good plotted on the chart now. Now in the next step, we have to draw a tangent to the safe distance circle. We can see the safe distance circle plotted on the chart, centered on the worm's head point. Now we have to draw a tangent to this safe distance circle. Now there are infinite number of tangents which can be drawn. What tangent are we interested in? We need a tangent to this safe distance circle, which is parallel to our initial position line. You can see the initial position line plotted on the chart. We require a tangent to the safe distance circle parallel to this initial PL. So you can pick up your parallel rulers, set squares or sliding rulers, whichever tool you are using to draw parallel lines. Align it with the initial PL and then move it to draw a tangent to the safe distance circle. So let's plot it on the chart.
सर ऐसे दो टेंजेंट बन सकती है ना लेकिन
Plotted on the chart.
Go ahead beta.
सर ऐसी एक और टेंजेंट बन सकती है ना अंदर वाली साइड में लेकिन
हाँ बेटा वहां भी बन सकती है, पर वो हम बनाएंगे नहीं because that is passing over land. ये जो टेंजेंट हमने ड्रॉ किया है ना बेटा, this tangent is going to be our second course made good.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so if there is a option, there will always be two options. So you can have two tangents to this particular circle which are parallel to the initial PL. We will pick up that one which is in navigable waters. So in this case, the outer one. So that is why the other one is not picked up.
Okay, sir.
Okay, beta.
Tangent line to the safe distance circle, and this is parallel to our initial PL. Now, in case they give you a certain destination position which you have to reach, then in that case there will be no safe distance circle. So in that parallel line,
Okay, Chetan muted. All right, ठीक है.
in such a way that it passes from your destination position. See,
So in case beta they give us a destination position to reach, they do not give us a safe distance. Let us say they give us a particular position, say somewhere here where we have to reach. So in that case, we will not be able to draw any circle on the chart because safe distance is not given. What we will have on the chart is a particular position. So how to draw this line in that case then? So if a position is given, you draw the parallel line passing from that particular position. Right, beta?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
सर एक बार और बता दो please.
Say again, beta.
सर एक बार दोबारा बताना सर, लास्ट जो बताया था.
Okay, beta. I was saying कि कुछ एक questions में ऐसा possible है, instead of giving you a safe distance to pass, they may give you a position to reach. So अगर आपको कोई position उन्होंने दे दी है जहाँ पे आपको पहुँचना है, तो आप ये जो parallel line draw कर रहे हो, ये parallel line ऐसे draw करोगे that it passes through that particular position. बिकॉज उस केस में हम सर्कल तो ड्रॉ नहीं कर पाएंगे, उन्होंने हमें कोई सेफ डिस्टेंस नहीं दिया है. सो सर्कल वी विल नॉट बी एबल टू ड्रॉ. दे हैव गिवन अस ए पर्टिकुलर पोजीशन, so we will draw a line parallel to our initial PL passing from that position. So is it clear now, beta?
Yes sir. Okay sir.
Okay, let's move ahead.
if you want to reach to a pilot boarding ground, you have to draw the tangent, you have to draw the parallel line in such a way that it passes through that pilot boarding ground.
Sir.
You see this line which we have drawn, the tangent line, it meets our first course made good at this particular point.
हाँ बेटा, you have it out.
सर मैं कह रहा था जो ये टेंजेंट हम ड्रॉ करते हैं इसमें कुछ एरो वगैरह कुछ डिफरेंट लगाने हैं या ये सेम ही रहेगा, बिकॉज हम ये पैरेलल ट्रांसफर कर रहे हैं ना भाई.
बेटा अभी के लिए तो ये एक पैरेलल लाइन ही है, इस पे एरोज हम लगाएंगे. अभी हम लोग सिंबल्स मार्क करेंगे, कोर्स डिस्टेंस करंट ट्रायंगल भी बनाएंगे.
अच्छा नहीं, मैं सर ऐसा वो ट्रांसफर ऑफ पोजीशन लाइन वाला सिंबल नहीं बनाना ना, डबल एरो नहीं बनाना.
नो, वो सिंबल नहीं लगाना है इस पे. हम इस पे ट्रायंगल्स बनाएंगे, CTS CMG करंट शो करेंगे दोनों लेग्स पे. अभी आगे प्लॉट करेंगे. ओके.
Now let's name this point as Bravo. So this is point Bravo, where this tangent line is meeting our first course made good. Now let's name the tangential point also. Let's name it as C. So you can see the tangential point mentioned here. Now this line AB, which you see on the chart now, Alpha Bravo, is our first course made good and our first distance made good. So our first course made good should be in this particular direction, and the distance made good on our first course should be distance AB, Alpha Bravo. Just to clarify, these points A and B are not our actual positions. If you remember, in the beginning, we had picked up this point A as any arbitrary point on the initial PL. This was not our fix. We do not know our fix in these questions. So A and B are not our positions. They are arbitrary points picked up, but line AB, or you can say vector AB, is our course made good and distance made good vector. Okay.
So can we go to the last slide, please?
Okay, beta, just give me a minute.
Yes.
This line.
This is the one, beta, the last one.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay, now you see, beta, if there was no current in the area, then in that case, the question is more or less solved. There is no current, then these courses which we have, first is AB, it becomes our initial course to steer or course made good, both will be same in that case if there is no current. And the Bravo Charlie BC direction becomes our second course to steer if there is no current in the area. So अब आप एक चीज को ध्यान से नोट करो. Irrespective of wherever we are on the initial position line, we could be here, we could be here, we could be here, anywhere on the initial PL. अगर आप अपना first course AB steer करते हो, and for this much distance, which is equal to A to B, you will always land up on the BC line. चाहे आप initial PL पे कहीं भी हो, अगर आप AB course को steer करते हो for this much distance, which is between these two parallel lines, you will always end up landing on line BC. आप BC line पे कहीं ना कहीं आ जाओगे. You could be anywhere, not necessary on B. B is a hypothetical point. So you could be between B and C or away from B on the other side. You could be anywhere, but you will always land up on line BC. And once you land up here and you make your course alteration, and if you steer your second course as Bravo Charlie, इस डायरेक्शन में आप अपना सेकेंड कोर्स स्टीयर करते हो, तो आप हमेशा वॉर्म्स हेड से सेफ डिस्टेंस ऑफ पे ही पास करोगे. So if we steer these two sets of courses, then we will always pass or maintain the safe distance. So is the concept getting clear in the mind now?
Yes, sir.
Sir, in this question, if we are very near to the lighthouse, then
Okay,
if we draw the
right.
perpendicular, we'll go inside. From inside, we'll
That's
go.
right, बेटा. यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा प्लॉट को बड़ा बनाने के चक्कर में मैंने ये सर्कल बड़ा कर दिया है. It's a little crowded here, but the question which you are going to get in the exam, it will be such कि चाहे आप ये पॉइंट की लोकेशन पे क्यों ना हो, if you follow the first course, you will always be more than safe distance off. Okay, so that the examiner is going to take care. He will select these two positions in such a way that you will always stay outside this circle when you start from your first PL, any point on your first PL. मैंने यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा इसको स्पेस लेस होने की वजह से क्राउडेड कर दिया है. That's why it is happening here. Okay, beta, got it?
Okay, sir.
I'll show you one exam question also. सो एग्जाम क्वेश्चन देखोगे तो ये क्लियर हो जाएगी बात दैट इट विल नेवर बी पॉसिबल टू क्रॉस दिस सर्कल. Okay, so shall we proceed ahead?
Yes, sir.
Okay, beta. All right.
Okay, now this line Bravo to Charlie BC is our second course made good. This is our second course made good. Let's mark it with 2 arrows. So I have marked the second course made good Bravo Charlie with 2 arrows. Now just to clarify here, Bravo Charlie BC gives us the direction of the second course made good, but BC does not give us the distance made good. Bravo Charlie does not represent the distance made good. Now why is that so? That is so because Bravo is not our vessel's position. Alpha and Bravo are arbitrary points picked up by us to do the plot. They are not the actual positions of the ship. So ship could be anywhere on this line BC, not necessarily that it will be at point B only. So BC does not give us that distance made good, but BC direction gives us the course made good. Now, once we have both the course made good on the chart, we can now use the other data which is available to us. We have the set and rate of the current, which is given in this question. We have our engine speed, which is given to us. Using this data, we can now construct the course speed and current vector triangles. So we will first construct this course speed and current vector triangle at point A. So first of all, from point A, I'm going to mark my current vector. This is the direction of the current which was given to us. Current is represented by 3 arrows. So let's mark it with 3 arrows. The point where the current vector ends, let's name it as point D. So alpha delta AD is the current vector. Now we also have our engine speed known to us. We can make this triangle for 1 hour. So the length of this vector alpha delta is the rate of the current or the drift of the current in 1 hour. Now we have our engine speed. So we know what distance are we going to cover in 1 hour. So we open up our compass equal to the engine distance of 1 hour. Center the compass at point D and draw an arc. So you can see this arc drawn here. This arc cuts line AB, which is our course made good line, at a certain point. Let's name that point as E. Now, if I join delta to eco, DE line, let's join it. So I have joined it using the blue color vector. Now this blue color vector is our course to steer, CTS vector. So if you look carefully, triangle alpha delta eco is the course, speed and current vector triangle at our initial arbitrary point A. So you have the current vector alpha delta for 1 hour. You have the CTS vector delta eco, the blue color vector for 1 hour, and alpha to eco AE, the green color vector, represents the course made good and speed made good vector relevant to 1 hour. Now we can repeat the same process at point B to find our second course to steer. So I will plot the current vector here. Let's mark it with 3 arrows. let's name the point where the current vector ends as F. So Bravo Foxtrot is the current vector again for 1 hour duration. Now we open up our compass equal to our engine distance of 1 hour. Center the compass, keep the compass centered at point F and draw an arc now so that it cuts line BC. You can see this arc drawn here, cutting line BC at a particular point. Let's name that point as Golf. Now if I join Foxtrot Golf, FG, I have joined it with a blue color line. This blue color line or blue color vector, Foxtrot Golf, represents our second course to steer. So I have marked it with a single arrow, course to steer it marked with single arrow. So if you see the second triangle, Bravo, Foxtrot, Golf, this is the course, speed and current vector triangle at point B. So we know both the courses to steer, and we can also find out the speed made good on both the legs. Alpha echo, as we saw just now, gives us the course made good and speed made good for the first course, and Bravo Golf, BG vector, gives us the course made good and speed made good for the second course.
So beta, all clear up to here? Any doubt up to here? This is basically in case they given some current and they want us to counteract the current and find the CTS.
यस सर. पर इसमें ऐसा तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है ना कि अगर मैं डी पे कंपास खोल के मारूं और वो ये जो बी वाला पॉइंट है उससे आगे, मतलब जो आगे एक्सटेंड हो रही है पीएल वहां कहीं कटे, तो ऐसा कुछ तो नहीं है ना?
No problem beta, not an issue.
पीएल पे कहीं भी
If that kind of thing happens, usually ऐसा होता नहीं है because the courses are much lengthier than your 1 hour triangle. But अगर कभी ऐसा हो भी जाए and you see both triangles interfering with each other and the plot is getting congested, so ऐसे केस में अगर आप इसको avoid करना चाहते हो तो instead of 1 hour try reducing it to half an hour.
ठीक है.
Okay, if it bothers you, otherwise it is fine. You can have the triangles intersecting each other also, not an issue.
ठीक है.
Okay. और बेटा any other doubt till now?
सर ये जो दिल्ली अपना कोर्स आया है, सीटीएस आया है, इसको अपन यहाँ पे सर्किल पे ट्रांसफर करेंगे तो पीछे वाली पोजीशन नहीं आ जाएगी, पीछे वाला आगे वाली, इन दोनों पैरेलल लाइन पे?
बेटा ask again.
सर ये जो अपना सीटीएस आया है डीई,
Right.
इस लाइन को अगर अपन इस लाइन को एज अ सर्किल पे टेंजेंट की तरह खींचेंगे पैरेलल में इस कोर्स को, तो अपने पास ये जो पीएल दे रखी है पीछे वाली ए वाली, ए से इस लाइट हाउस पे, तो अपने पास पोजीशन नहीं आ जाएगी इस पीएल पे?
नहीं बेटा, पोजीशन नहीं आएगी बिकॉज जब आप अपने फर्स्ट ट्रैक पे चल रहे हो तो हमें तो इस लाइट हाउस का सीपीए पता नहीं है ना कितना है. दे हैव नॉट गिवन अस द सीपीए.
सर ये सेफ डिस्टेंस के लिए दे रखा है ना ये सर्किल?
बेटा वो तो है कि इतना सेफ डिस्टेंस आपको रखना है. You have to ensure that this much safe distance is maintained. पर that does not say कि जब आप पहले ट्रैक पे चल रहे थे तो आपका सेफ डिस्टेंस इतना ही था.
ओके.
That's not given to us, huh?
तो बेसिकली दो कोर्स निकलेंगे अपने पास जो इसको सेफ डिस्टेंस मतलब हॉरिजॉन्टली और वर्टिकली.
Right, exactly right. So like in this case, it could be जो फर्स्ट कोर्स मेड गुड है हमारा, that could be in some direction like 260 or something, and जो second course made good आएगा हमारा, that could be something like 350 or something. So we know अगर हम ये courses को steer करें तो चाहे हम अपनी PL पे किसी भी initial position पे हों, ultimately we will always be passing with that much of safe distance from the worm's head point. Okay? बस एक चीज और.
And so this CMG is a 90 degree to this PL, right? This CMG which we have drawn, that is a 90 degree to this PL, right?
The first CMG, yes, that is at
Yes, sir.
90 degrees or perpendicular to the initial PL.
हाँ, PL, ओके सर, ठीक है।
Okay,
दूसरा ट्रांसफर
but
कर दिया सीधा
इसमें
PL।
यस सर, एक बात
इसमें बेटा एक एडिशन है, ये मैंने परपेंडिकुलर बनाया है इनिशियल पीएल के, बट अगर किसी क्वेश्चन में वो आपको ये बता देता है दैट द वेसल वाज स्टीयरिंग ए सर्टेन कोर्स, लेट अस से वो बता देता है
तो सर
कि वेसल
फिर तो
वाज
सर उसमें
स्टीयरिंग और मेकिंग गुड ए सर्टेन कोर्स, तो आपने फिर अपना पहला वाला जो कोर्स है वही लेना है जो क्वेश्चन में बताया गया है। अगर नहीं
किसी के
बताया
आर्बिट्रेरी
जाए
पॉइंट लेके बस CMG
तो
ड्रॉ कर देना, अगर नहीं बताया हुआ तो 90 परपेंडिकुलर मारना।
सर वापस रिपीट करना, आपने क्या बोला कि पहले वाला कोर्स बताया हुआ है तो
I am giving you a different question now in which they have told you कि vessel was on the initial PL, जो हमने ये point A में से पास करती हुई initial PL draw की है, vessel was on this PL and it was steering a course of let us say 240. Okay, so अब उसने आपको बता दिया कि आप 240 steer कर रहे हो, सो अब परपेंडिकुलर लेने की चॉइस तो खत्म हो गई ना। ही हैज टोल्ड यू कि हमारा पहला वाला जो कोर्स है वो 240 ही होने वाला है, सो यू विल प्रोसीड विद दैट 240 CTS। इन दैट केस यू डोंट नीड टू टेक ए परपेंडिकुलर।
सर उस केस में तो फिर करंट लगाने के बाद CMG निकालना पड़ेगा पहले, मतलब
यस दैट्स राइट। फिर आप उसमें ऐसे केस में फिर काउंटर एक्टिंग नहीं होगा, ऐसे केस में फिर अलाउइंग फॉर करंट हो जाएगा। आप अपना
Allow
CTS
करना
ड्रॉ
पड़ेगा।
करोगे,
तो
करंट को अलाउ करोगे, यू विल गेट ए CMG एंड विद दैट CMG यू विल प्रोसीड टू द पैरेलल लाइन। जो ये हमारे पास ब्रेवो गोल्फ BGC लाइन आई है, आप इस पे पहुंच जाओगे।
सर ये लाइन तो इस लाइन के परपेंडिकुलर मतलब सॉरी पैरेलल में खींची थी ना, ए वाली जो इसके पैरेलल में खींची थी। अब अपने पास जब उसमें अलाउइंग द करंट है तो अपने पास CMG तो आ जाएगा, तो इसके पैरेलल कैसे खींचेंगे फिर अपन लाइन?
बेटा लाइन BGC को तो हमने टच ही नहीं किया है, वो तो अभी भी पैरेलल है।
हाँ सर,
आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग
सर
अबाउट द
आपने बोला ना कि जहां अपन को ये दिया हुआ होगा, क्या बोलते हैं,
फर्स्ट कोर्स टू
CTS दिया हुआ होगा फर्स्ट कोर्स टू, तो उसमें डायरेक्टली इसके ऊपर कोर्स लगा देंगे ए वाली लाइन पे, और
राइट।
उसके बाद ये क्या बोलते हैं ये BGC वाला इसको ही शिफ्ट करेंगे ना सर पहले की तरह?
हाँ बेटा BGC विल रिमेन एज इट इज, जैसे इसमें है वैसे ही उसमें रहेगा। ओनली थिंग इज यू विल बी अप्रोचिंग BGC ऑन द CTS विच इज गिवन।
पापा उत्थे जी
सर एक बात पूछनी थी सर।
हाँ बोलो बेटा।
सर ये तो 2 कोर्सेज तो आ गए, ये तो निकल आएगा हमारा CMG और CTS। सर अगर
ठीक
किसी में हमें थर्ड कोर्स निकालना हो उसको कैसे निकालना है?
बेटा थर्ड तो निकलेगा ही नहीं, हमारी बात
तो
दो में ही बन गई तो तीसरा क्यों निकालें?
सपोज हमें ऊपर कहीं साउथ चैन के ऊपर अगर लैंड वाटर होता है, नेविगेबल वाटर, उस तरफ जाना होता है।
से अगेन बेटा, से अगेन।
सर जो लाइट हाउस दिया ना, जो भी कॉन्स्पिशियस ऑब्जेक्ट दिया उसके ऊपर अगर नेविगेबल वाटर होता तो थर्ड कोर्स भी उधर जा सकता था ना सर। CMG टेंजेंट उस पे सेफ डिस्टेंस भी रहता सर।
Okay, so you are saying कि if we had the navigable waters north of Worm's Head,
Correct.
so then you could give a starboard alteration and you could pass at a safe distance moving to in the navigable waters. That kind.
टेंजेंट आ सकता था ना सर।
राइट बेटा, वैसा क्वेश्चन बनाना थोड़ा सा मुश्किल हो जाएगा। He will yeah, it will be very difficult to make that kind of question.
फिर उसमें ट्रांसफर क्या करेंगे सर? उसमें तो फिर कुछ होगा नहीं ना ट्रांसफर।
आएगा नहीं बेटा, ऐसा सवाल नहीं आएगा, बिकॉज इसमें बहुत सारे वेरिएबल्स हो जाएंगे।
बट
इट इज डिफिकल्ट टू मेक ए
सिचुएशन
क्वेश्चन लाइक
एग्जिस्ट कर सकती है ना सर, ऐसे कि उस साइड भी नेविगेबल वाटर हो तो उधर भी सेफ डिस्टेंस पे जा सकते हैं सर। CMG तो निकल जाएगा।
हाँ बन सकता है बेटा, वैसा सवाल बन सकता है, बट इट विल बी वेरी डिफिकल्ट एंड टीडियस। ऐसा मैंने आज तक देखा नहीं है पेपर में जहां पे आपको 3 कोर्सेज निकालने पड़े।
सर इसमें ये चीज हो सकता है ना, लाइक इसमें ये CMG हमें CTS गिवन और CMG निकालना हो, ऐसा हो सकता है सर?
That can happen with the first
फर्स्ट कोर्स बेटा, नॉट विद द सेकंड वन। सेकंड वन का तो CMG फिक्स्ड है।
सर जैसे अभी हमें CTS दे देता, अगर वो CTS दे देता, मैं उस पर इंजन स्पीड काटता, उस पर करंट लगा देता, उसको अपने इनिशियल आर्बिट्ररी पॉइंट से ज्वाइन कर देता, दैट विल बी माय CMG, राइट सर?
दैट्स राइट।
हाँ, फिर उस CMG को मैंने एक्सटेंड किया और अपनी ये PL को सेफ डिस्टेंस पे ट्रेवल किया। ये जब ये सेफ डिस्टेंस वाली मेरी जो PL है, ये मेरे CMG पे कट करेगी, दैट विल बी द सेकंड पॉइंट फ्रॉम वेयर आई विल स्टार्ट मेकिंग द अदर ट्रायंगल, राइट सर?
या दैट्स द ऑल्ट्रेशन पॉइंट।
दैट विल बी द ऑल्ट्रेशन पॉइंट, राइट सर? तो
यस,
ठीक है, उसमें सिर्फ एक सिंपल जो ट्रायंगल मैं एंड में स्टार्ट करता हूँ, उसमें मैं शुरू में स्टार्ट करके CMG निकाल लूंगा, उसको कैरी फॉरवर्ड, उसको आगे करके, और ये PL को सेफ सर्कल, सेफ डिस्टेंस वाले टेंजेंट मार के उस पॉइंट से फिर से एक ट्रायंगल बनाऊंगा, जिससे मुझे एक नया CMG मतलब मुझे एक नया CTS मिलेगा, राइट सर?
दैट्स राइट, राइट बेटा।
हाँ, उस क्वेश्चन में सिर्फ एक ही CTS होगा फर्स्ट कोर्स का, सेकंड का मैं निकाल दूंगा।
करेक्ट।
ठीक है,
सेकंड CTS वो आपको दे ही नहीं सकते, क्योंकि अगर सेकंड CTS दे दिया फिर देन सवाल बनता ही नहीं है।
तो सर इसका मतलब ये है कि हर क्वेश्चन में अपने पास जो सेकंड CMG है वो अवेलेबल होगी।
सेकंड CMG आप निकालोगे, सेकंड CMG विल ऑलवेज बी इन द सेम डायरेक्शन इन विच योर फर्स्ट PL इज।
हाँ, दैट्स ओनली द PL हमें दी हुई है, तो हमेशा सेकंड उसको जस्ट उस पे टेंजेंट खींचना है, तो वी विल हैव अ सेकंड CMG एवरी टाइम वी हैव द CMG।
दैट्स राइट बेटा, दैट्स राइट।
ठीक है सर।
ओके, और कोई डाउट बेटा?
नहीं सर।
नो सर।
Okay, so let's proceed ahead then.
यस सर।
Now, in case there is a wind present in the area, the question will tell us what is the leeway angle, and they will also tell us about the wind direction. So we will have to counteract the leeway on both the legs. You can see delta echo is the first course to steer. If wind is there, then delta echo will be our leeway track. So if we know the leeway angle and the direction of the wind, we can counteract the leeway to find out what will be our course to steer. Similarly, Foxtrot Golf is our second leeway track in case wind is affecting the ship. So we have the leeway angle, we have the direction of the wind, which is given to us in the question. So we have to counteract the leeway to find our course to steer. Usually the wind direction remains same at both the locations. They will give us a single leeway angle and a single wind direction, which will be applicable to both the courses.
Okay.
Case they have asked us to calculate the compass course to steer, we will have to find out the compass error by using variation and deviation. We apply the variation and deviation or the compass error to our CTS to find out the compass course to steer.
हाँ सर, मेरे को एक डाउट पूछना था। अगर ऐसा हो जाए, मतलब अगर विंड डायरेक्शन दी है और इन केस ऐसा सिचुएशन बन जाए कि जो विंड डायरेक्शन है वो ऑपोजिट टू द कोर्स हो जाए, तो उस केस में फिर 0 हो जाएगा क्या विंड?
राइट बेटा, इफ द विंड, वैसे जो क्वेश्चन आपको मिलेंगे in those questions, the wind will always be from one of the bows, either from the starboard side or from the port side, so that you can find out which is lee and which is the windward side. So ऐसा कभी नहीं होगा that they give you wind from right ahead or right astern. क्यों नहीं होगा ऐसा? क्योंकि अगर wind right ahead या right astern से हो जाती है तो आपका leeway angle 0 हो जाता है. In that case, there is no leeway. The leeway angle becomes 0.
सर
Right,
इस
बेटा?
केस में हो सकता है क्योंकि बिकॉज दो कोर्स टू स्टेयर है ना सर, इसलिए पूछ रहा था मैं।
ओके बेटा, एग्जामिनर जो है पेपर सेटर, वो इस चीज़ का ध्यान रखेगा कि हमारी विंड ऐसी होनी चाहिए दैट इट इज़ ऑन वन ऑफ द बाउज ऑन बोथ दीज कोर्सेस. सो वो ऐसी डायरेक्शन आपको देगा दैट यू विल बी एबल टू इजीली आइडेंटिफाई on both the tracks, whether the wind is from the starboard side or from the port side.
So,
okay, like in this particular case, just to give you an example, he can give you a northeasterly wind. So when you have the northeasterly wind, you know दोनों cases में the starboard side is our windward side. Okay, okay, beta.
okay, sir, understood, sir.
Okay, okay, let's proceed ahead.
Now, the second thing which we were required to find out was what should be the time for alteration. Now, to find out the time for alteration, we know that when we are on our first course, we have to cover a distance equal to AB, alpha Bravo. Alpha Bravo is the distance to be covered, and we know our speed made good is alpha eco. So if you divide alpha Bravo, that is the total distance to be made good, by alpha eco, which is our speed made good, you can immediately find out what is the time interval for alteration of course.
Yes, sir.
Clear, beta? Up to here, clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right.
Now, time to reach point C cannot be determined, cannot be calculated. Why we can't do it? Because Bravo Charlie does not represent the distance made good on the second leg. Alpha and Bravo were hypothetical points which were picked up by us. So Bravo is not the actual position of the ship, and Bravo Charlie is not the distance made good on the second leg. So even though we know what is the speed made good on the second leg, we still cannot find out our ETA to point C.
So you can see, beta, we can find the time to alteration. We can find our ETA to Bravo point, but we cannot find our ETA to Charlie point because our position is not fixed. We don't know whether we are at Bravo or at some other location. So ETA to C cannot be found out. Only thing which we can find is what should be the time to alteration.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Shashipal, beta. Bridgewing mic off. Okay.
Now, as the complete plot is there for us to see on the chart, we can easily see that irrespective of whichever position we are on our first PL, we could be anywhere on the first PL, but irrespective of wherever we are, if we follow these courses, we are certainly going to reach at point C. So this requirement of passing from Worm's head point at a certain distance off will always be met. Let us say if the ship is at this particular point here, and if you follow this course made good and the time to alteration, after this much of time, you are going to reach on this second green line, that is Bravo Charlie. So wherever you are on your first PL, once you steer your first course made good for this particular time duration, these being parallel lines, the initial PL and the tangential line being parallel lines, you will always find yourself after the first leg on line BC. And once you hit line BC and you alter your course to your second course made good, that is Bravo Golf or Bravo Charlie, you are certainly going to reach at point C. So you can clearly see here that even though we were not aware of our initial position, we were still able to calculate the set of these two courses. If we follow these two courses, we are certainly going to reach at our destination, point C, or we are certainly going to pass for maintaining the minimum safe distance from the worm's head point. So even in a restricted visibility kind of situation, when there is no position fixing or position line available to us, we can follow these courses and we can rest assured that these courses will be safe and the vessel will reach to the required destination position. So this completes our procedure of steering the safe courses using a single PL.
Sir, one question, sir.
बोलो बेटा.
सर, इस क्वेश्चन में कुछ रिमार्क वगैरह लिखना होता है क्या कि मतलब एज इट इज अ रिस्ट्रिक्टेड विजिबिलिटी, और इसमें क्वेश्चंस में आते हैं सर हमेशा इंजन स्पीड काफी ज्यादा दी रहती है ना विद रिस्पेक्ट टू जीरो विजिबिलिटी के हिसाब से, तो कि कुछ रिमार्क वगैरह लिखना होता है इसमें?
नहीं बेटा, नो रिमार्क इज रिक्वायर्ड. सिनेरियो तो पेपर सेटर ने क्रिएट करना है, आपने तो सिर्फ सोल्यूशन दिखाना है. सो लिखना जो भी है वो पेपर सेटर लिखेगा. रिस्ट्रिक्टेड विजिबिलिटी है, ये पहली पीएल है.
सर मुझे सब मैं इसलिए पूछ रहा था क्योंकि सर वैसे ज्यादा याद नहीं है. ड्यूरिंग सेकंड मिनट सर जब ये ऐसे क्वेश्चन करवाया था तब सर कैप्टन सर ने बोला था कि यू शुड राइट दैट as if this is a blind navigation and this much speed is not required, but ऐसे करके कुछ ऐसे करके
नहीं बेटा, not required.
कुछ ही लिखना था.
Not required. We don't have to bother about safe speed here. So what we are bothered about is basically the plotting and the chart work part. Yeah, right. So whatever speed they have given us, if they have given us that engine speed is 12 knots, you just keep on following that 12 knots. We are not much bothered about whether he is maintaining the safe speed or not. वो बेटा ROR situations में उसका ध्यान रखेंगे. For chart work, you don't need to do anything.
नहीं सर, वो just पूछ रहा था क्योंकि उन्होंने कुछ कहा था. ठीक है सर.
Okay, not required here बेटा. Okay, any more doubt बेटा? Okay, great. So this completes the two topics planned for today. So अब बेटा इनके बाद आती है assignment number 4. So ये assignment मैं आपको आज भेज दूंगा. Don't bother too much that you have to complete it today itself. कल हमारा एक session है. If you are able to complete, very good, perfectly fine. But if you don't get time to complete it, you can utilize the tomorrow's lecture time for completing the assignment. Okay, we are very much on track as far as time is concerned. So ये मैं assignment आपको भेज दूंगा. We have to proceed with this number 4 assignment. So that's all from my side for today.
कल इवनिंग क्लास है क्या फिर?
क्लास तो है बेटा, क्योंकि अगर क्लास नहीं रखी हमने तो फिर बाद में किसी सैटरडे को रखनी पड़ेगी. सो यू विल हैव टू लॉग इन, बट इफ यू पीपल वांट टू डू द असाइनमेंट इन दैट क्लास, आई कैन अलाउ यू फॉर दैट.
गुड नाइट सर.
ओके बेटा, बाय बाय, सी यू टुमारो.
थैंक यू सर.
थैंक यू बेटा, बाय बाय.
थैंक यू बेटा, बाय बाय.